Alright, on today's video, I'm pretty excited about this one. We're going to be doing a review on something that I've been wanting to test out for a long time. And that is the Kung Fu grip and the Tigerclaw forward grip from Dye Free. Alright, I moved over to the other bench because I really wanted to show you how cool this packaging is before I take it out of the package. But there's the front. It's in this like Ziploc bag. It's got this tearaway on it. And it's just super cool packaging. Definitely unique. And here is the back of the package. Shows your grip right here. And this says it is designed for the AR-15, M4, and AR-10 SR-25 platforms. The Kung Fu grip has a reduced angle, providing a natural fighting posture when fighting from modern standing and prone positions. It improves comfort when installed on firearms with a shorter length of pole, but feels right at home on standard LOP platforms as well. And as you can see, this does have a straighter look to it than most grips, and that is because this grip has a 12-degree angle. Alright, so let's open this up and see what all comes in the package. So like I said, this is like a Ziploc bag. There is our grip. Looks like we've got a sticker. That is everything in the package. I'll let you guys check out the sticker. It is pretty cool. And inside our grip, we've got our screw and a little bag. And that is it. And there is our Kung Fu grip. Alright, so this is obviously the black grip. I do believe they have FDE, and I think they also have gray. I'm not sure about the OD green. Up here at the top, you got the Dye Free Co. logo. And as you can see here, we've got some really nice stippling on this. This feels really good. It's not overly aggressive, but man, that just feels really good. Got that on both sides. You look here at the front, you've got the same stippling here on the front, and on the back, you've got just your lines here. But, man, I really like the stippling they've got on this. Now, obviously, the other thing that makes this grip a little different from the others is you do have a place to put your middle finger. This does feel good. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this, but, obviously, we're going to have to wait till we get it on the rifle to see. But so far, I really like this grip. Now, before we head out to the range to do the review, I want to go over one more thing because this just came out, and this is your Kung Fu grip plug. Let's get this out of the package. Now, I do believe they made this for a couple different reasons from other reviews that I've watched. Now, if you look here, you see these two round holes. You can store two CR123A batteries right here. You've got another notch here. You can store some stuff here. But this is a pretty cool idea. So obviously the plug is to store stuff in your grip. The other thing, from what I'm understanding, is if you look, there's an angle cut here on the grip, and I guess some people were complaining about that. Now, I don't think that would bother me, but some people were complaining about this 45-degree cut. So if we put this plug on, and it is like a rubber material, now that does away with that. It also gives you a little more real estate depending on how big your hands are, but it's pretty cool. This definitely is not going to come out. It's not that hard to remove it, but it's definitely not loose enough that it is going to come out under live fire. But this is pretty sweet. Alright, now let's check out the Tigerclaw M-Lock compatible forward grip. Show you the packaging on this. This packaging is just so cool. Alright, let's get this opened up and we'll see what we've got. Alright, we've got our grip, got our mounting hardware, and we've got another sticker. That is pretty cool. So here is the grip. We've got the exact same texturing here. Got the Dye Free Co. logo. Got some stippling here. And then we've just got some serrations here. There's what the top looks like, where it's going to go into the M-lock slots. And we've got our hardware kit. Alright, the first thing I want to talk about is the Tigerclaw hand stop. Now, I've been using angled foregrips for so long, and I can honestly say this might be my new favorite hand stop. I love this texturing they are using on their hand stop and their grip. And since I use a C-clamp grip, this just feels so much better, especially on the Jackal because it's got such a big handguard on it. Now, I am going to order a couple more of these hand stops and test them out on my AR-15s because all my ARs have a lot slimmer handguard than what's on this Jackal. But to be honest with you, I'm probably going to end up using these on all of my AR-15s. Now let's talk about the Kung Fu grip itself. Now, the same thing that I said about the Tigerclaw hand stop, I feel the same way about the grip when it comes to the texture, the stippling that they're using on these grips. It just feels really good. It's kind of aggressive, but not overly aggressive. And the other thing that I really like is the finger groove cutout right here. Now, I wear 2XL gloves, so I've got some pretty big hands. And one thing I can say about this grip is it fits my hand very well. Especially with the addition of the grip plug on here, this even extends that grip a little bit longer. Alright, now I want to dive into the grip angle. Now, I have posted a lot of pictures of the Jackal on social media with this grip and hand stop on it, and I've got quite a few comments from people, and it's kind of 50-50. I have a lot of people who have said they absolutely love this grip. They love the grip angle, and I have had a lot of people say that they do not care for the grip angle. Now, for me personally, I am not going to give you my final thoughts on this grip angle yet because I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it 100% yet. So let me explain. Now, the first day of filming, all the footage was shot in the competition bay. So all the targets were at like 40 yards or less. So a lot of close range shooting. But even though this has a lot straighter up and down angle than the Magpul grip that was on here, it felt very comfortable to me on this Jackal. And I was able to shoot really well with it and keep about all my shots in the A zone throughout the day. Now, on the second day of filming, we moved over to the rifle range and we shot steel plates at 100 yards. Now, we shot quite a few mags through the Jackal shooting off of the Codwell precision turret shooting rest, and that is when I noticed how much I really liked the grip angle. And I was able to get pretty consistent hits all day, even on the little 4-inch plate and the 6-inch plate at 100 yards, which I was very happy about, especially using this very compact Meprolite MCO Pro red dot. Now, after I got done shooting the steel plates with the Codwell shooting rest, I set up my Sunway photo tripods with the gun clamps on them and started shooting the plates again at 100 yards from the standing position off the tripods. And again, I was able to get some really good hits on on all the steel plates at 100 yards. So I've watched a lot of reviews on this Kung Fu grip from other YouTubers, and I've read a lot of comments in different forums. And for the most part, everybody has nothing but positive things to say about the grips, especially the bench rest shooters and the long range shooters that are using the AR platform, which makes a lot of sense because when we start talking about a lot of the chassis systems that guys use for long range shooting, a lot of those chassis take AR style grips, and most of the guys that are doing that type of shooting are using a more straight up and down grip. So the conclusion that I came to, I think this grip is perfect when it comes to shooting out of this turret rest or shooting off of my tripods. So let's get into my final thoughts on the Tigerclaw hand stop and the Kung Fu grip. I have nothing bad to say about this hand stop. I am definitely probably going to use these from here on out on all of my ARs. I might even try one of these out on one of my AKs. Now the grip, I'm going to hold off on giving you my final thoughts because I want to get a lot more time shooting rounds downrange with this grip, and I want to also try it out on a regular AR-15 and not just on this Jackal, and come back and do a follow-up. So I do want to say one thing about this grip. Now I shot USPSA in the PCC division for about 4 years. In a majority of those matches that I shot, I had the Tandem Cross Hive grip. And even that grip had kind of a more straight up and down angle to it. Not quite as much as this Kung Fu grip, but it was still pretty straight. Now that Tandem Cross grip ended up breaking on me, which was not the fault of the grip. It was just the fact that every time I cleaned the gun after a match, the way the Ruger PC carbine breaks down, I have to take the grip off. And just one too many times of taking it off and reinstalling it, and it finally cracked. And that is when I switched over to the new K2 XL grips from Magpul, which have a completely different angle than this Kung Fu grip and the Hive grip from Tandem Cross. But I did end up liking that grip, and it's still on my PCC today. Now one thing when it comes to shooting USPSA, PCSL, or some of the rifle series matches that I've shot, you find yourself having to shoot through ports and shooting around walls, and you get on some pretty weird angles once in a while. So a lot of times if I'm shooting through a port and I'm coming out of that port and I have to move left or right, I will bring that gun back over my shoulder and move to my next shooting position. So the reason I bring this up is because when the weather breaks and it gets a little nicer, I want to set up some USPSA style scenarios and test this grip out a little bit more. So I'm going to leave you with this. I do have some AR projects coming up, and we are going to get some more Kung Fu grips and the Tigerclaw hand stops and test those out on these future AR projects. And one thing that I would like to see Die Free Company do, due to the fact of how nice this grip is with the texturing and the finger groove, I would like to see them come out with maybe some different grip angles, because this grip does feel really good in the hand, and I think if they had just a couple more angles, they could pretty much appeal to everybody that either has an AR or a gun that uses AR grips. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.